In this explainer, we're diving into the golden formulas for life. And really, it's all about unlocking this incredible potential that, according to ancient wisdom, is just sitting there, dormant, inside every single one of us.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty big question. Think about your own life for a second. Are you the one really in charge, the actor calling the shots? Or do you ever feel like you're just following a script, like you're being pulled along by forces you can't quite control? Well, that's the exact question we're going to unpack today.
And that feeling, of not being in control, it leads us straight into our first big idea, the maze of life. And honestly, it's a powerful metaphor for a state of confusion that I think we've all felt at some point.
The original text has a great word for this, a bulbalaya. It literally means a maze, a labyrinth of confusion. It's that feeling of just wandering, reacting to things instead of acting with any real purpose. We're kind of just lost without a map, and we've totally lost our sense of direction.
But here's the good news. There is a way out. The wisdom we're digging into, compiled by Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya, is basically like a map. It's a guide to help us navigate this maze and find our way back to a life that actually feels meaningful.
Okay, so to get out of the maze, first we've got to figure out how we got stuck there in the first place. And that brings us to Section 2, breaking free from illusions. So, why do we feel so powerless sometimes? The source material gives us this really powerful image. It says, we live like puppets on a string. Just think about that. We're being pulled around by our old habits, by what society expects from us, by all these desires we never even stop to question. The real illusion is thinking we're choosing to dance, when actually something else is pulling all the strings.
And here's another one that really hits home. We're like sheep, just blindly following the herd, right? Even if the herd is heading straight for a ditch, we just do things because, well, everyone else is doing it. We don't even think about it, and in the process, we kind of lose who we really are.
So, what are these strings? What makes us follow the herd? The text says we're actually trapped by chains we put on ourselves. Think about these three. First, there's kusanskar. That's all our negative conditioning, our bad habits. Then you've got mo. These are the attachments that blind us. To people, to stuff, to ideas. They just cloud our judgment. And finally, ahankar. That's the ego, the thing that makes us think the whole universe revolves around me. These three, these are the walls of the maze.
Okay, but this is where it gets really good. This is the turning point. We've talked about the problem, right? The maze, the chains. Now let's talk about the solution. So, let's get into Section 3, your untapped potential. This right here, this is the absolute heart of it all. Man is the architect of his own destiny. Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just some feel-good motivational poster. It's presented as a core truth. You have the blueprints. You have the tools. You can build the life you want.
And here's what's so crucial to understand. You were not created to be unlucky, or cursed, or incomplete. No one was. According to this wisdom, those are just stories we make up when we're stuck in the maze. The real truth? We are not designed to be deficient.
So if we're not deficient, what are we? We're full of untapped potential. The text explains it like this. Everything you need to succeed, both in the world and in your own spirit, is already inside you. It's all there, like tiny seeds just waiting. And what do they need to grow? Your attention, your understanding, and your action. That's the water and sunlight they need to sprout. So that's a perfect lead-in to the really practical stuff. If we're the architects, well, how do we actually start building? Section 4 gives us the how-to, the golden formulas for living. It all boils down to 3 core actions. Number 1, look inward, not outward. The answers you're looking for, they're inside you. Number 2, your mind is your greatest tool. You have to learn to use it because it can either build your world or tear it down. And number 3, take full responsibility. No more blaming other people or situations. It's time to own your life. Let's double-click on that second one for a second, the mind. The source actually pulls from the wisdom of the Gita here, explaining that your mind can be 2 things, your best friend or your worst enemy. It's that simple. When you train it, when it's clear and focused, it's your biggest ally. It'll lead you to freedom. But when it's a chaotic mess, it's your biggest roadblock. It's the source of all your problems. And the choice of which one it's going to be, that's all on you. And see how that connects perfectly to the third formula? Taking responsibility. The second you stop blaming your circumstances, your past, or other people, that's the exact moment you get your power back. Real freedom, real power, comes from owning your actions and your character. That's how you become the architect. All right, so we've talked about how to break free, how to start building a better life, but what's the ultimate goal in all of this? Where are we actually headed? That's what our final section is all about, finding your true self.
Because, this whole journey, it's not just about getting a better job or feeling a bit happier. It's not just self-help. The destination is way, way deeper. The whole point of going inward is to eventually realize that there's a divine spark, a higher consciousness right there inside of you. The real goal is self-realization.
And the text has such a beautiful way of putting this. It says, you don't need to go searching in temples or in old books. Why? Because the closest and most certain place to meet God is within your own inner self, your antahkaran. Everything you're looking for out there is already in here, just waiting for you to find it.
So we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If all the potential, all the power, and even the divine itself is already inside you, where have you been looking?